Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Thursday, April the 16th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you may have for me, you can use this email address. This is a link to get into the free room. It is 100% free. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. The room is open Monday to Friday between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I do apologize. There's some garden work happening outside my window here. I share my screen. I'm live on the mic, and in the email you're getting, you will see a promo code for 15% off either the first month only or the entire year of a Trade Idea subscription. You'll also see a link for our next test drive. The next test drive is coming up soon. It'll start on May the 11th and it'll go to May the 22nd. That is 10 trading days and 2 weekends, and that will cost $8.99. And that'll give you access to our full premium service. And also, if you are a standard subscriber and you want to upgrade just for those 10 trading days, you can do so. Basically, just sign up, fill in the form, click on the link, the next test drive link, fill in the form, and then you'll be notified exactly how to get started with the test drive. Probably get an email a week or two before the test drive actually starts. All right, well, again, not a lot of activity for me today, but certainly we had one really nice one. Rio pointed this one out early on also in the pre-market. This is RAD, Rite Aid. This is an earnings play, and they released earnings. When did they release? Just a second. I'm going to have to get my symbol linking going. So pre-market. So yeah, it was right here. I should have realized that. So there's after hours yesterday. There was no action. So they released pre-market. Interesting reaction. At one point, it looked like it was going to be pretty good reaction, but then not. And so this is the reaction. This is the 10 area right there. So that's the pre-market. So you can see where it closed yesterday. So it's way down below that. And so it was also in my watch list. 1178 on the short from my watch list, and I ended up taking that trade. It wasn't 1178. I got in at 1168. It took a little bit of time. I mean, it was kind of around this area. It was kind of chopping up and down, but I took this trade at 1168, and in fact, I think it moved up to 1170. 75 and almost got out of it, but I'm glad I held on. And then it finally really started to work. It got all the way down to 1058. I wish I could say that I held it from 1168 all the way down to 1058, but I actually traded it out. I traded some out at kind of my average get out was about 1135 on average, okay? The reason I did that is when you look at let me get the time frame up here. See it better on the weekly. Well, I saw some support, maybe on the daily. Maybe the daily is a better time frame to take a look at it. Yeah, right there. Okay, so you see, I saw some support right around this area here. And I'm sorry for the icon just going crazy, but right around this area here. See all these bottoming tails on the daily chart? So I was a little concerned that it would have a tough time getting through here. So, that's about 1130. So I thought maybe that might stall it. And in fact, it did. It did actually stall it for a while. It popped up. But then after that, it just absolutely obliterated 11. I was actually considering getting back in under 11, but I was a little distracted doing something else, and I just didn't get into the trade. I did mention, though, that let's see what happens at that 200-day moving average, which was right there. Almost touch it, and then it bounced. So let me bring back to the 15-minute time frame. It's actually starting to bounce a little bit too. Okay. We were noticing this one on this red bar ignored also. The red bar ignored, here's that green candle. The red bar is totally engulfed by that green candle. Then the next candle is green. And if it takes out the high of that red candle, this is potentially giving a buy signal. But the reason I wasn't in love with it, because first of all, the stock had got beaten up because of earnings, and this is only a 1-bar trend up. So the theory being is that you've got a trend, you have a pause in the trend, and then the trend continues. To me, I like to have maybe at least 2 bars ahead of that red bar. But and then look what happened. It actually dropped down. So I mean, it is starting to work now, but it wouldn't have been easy. It would have been very choppy to have held on through all this. The other one that I took, and this was from the AI, and this was very, very, a tough one. 12.95. I got into this trade. What was it at 1308, right up here. This chopped around, and it did finally make its way up to 1375. But I got out of this trade right in this area here. And this is just chopping around. I mean, look at that bottoming tail. So not the most ideal trade to be in. I mean, it did work, but not the most ideal trade to be in. The other one that the AI took, which was really kind of crazy, was this Ruckus. Now, Ruckus had news after hours yesterday that Gilead, Gild, was looking maybe to buy them. And so that caused Ruckus to pop after hours. It was holding its own in the pre-market. Market opens, and then look at this. Look at this bottoming tail. So to me, it almost meant that maybe this rumor was not going to be true. But then it popped right back up, and the AI had the alert at 24:30. This was after this. Okay, this was not during it. 24:30. It actually got halted, I think, at 25:15 or something. 25:15 up here, and then it just tore right up to $31 before it is pulled back. Now, one of the things I mentioned is that if you're in this trade, if you were, and again, sorry about that, guys, I know there's a lot of noise in the background here. If you're in this trade, you can't allow this to happen. You can't allow it to come all the way back down here. I mean, almost to the entry. I know the AI is not out of it, but you have to be able to take some profit out because you never know what could happen. That bottoming tail would scare the heck out of me that it could happen at any time. So that's why I always say, if you want to trade the AI, it's sort of a combination of man and machine. If you wanted to auto trade the entries, okay, but I would absolutely be managing the exits on my own. All right, everybody, I want to, that's the leaf blower right outside my window. I want to get back into the trading room. So if you have any questions for me, this is the email address you can use. This is a link for the free room. The room will be open tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. I hope to see you then. Bye-bye.